Good morning, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Paint Girly. Good morning, good morning. Goodness, it is so chilly here. Look, I have a winter sweater on. I'm so cold. I don't know. It doesn't feel like spring. Good morning. Cindy was in first. Good morning, Cindy. Peggy's there. Good morning, good morning. And I see Kel. Who else is here? Linda. Good morning. How is everyone? Pam, Pam, hi, good morning. Our little early bird there she is. All right, so today I feel like Bloom and so most of you who are spend time with me and Jacqueline know that we are fans of a channel called Amity Bloom. The young lady's name is Nazareth. She goes by Nazzy. Good morning, Jenny. Hey, Tooch. Good morning. There's Connie. Good morning. It's bright and early for Connie, that's for sure. And she has several projects, and in my description box I put her link for her no sew journal. Now I looked at it before, but I just looked at it again this morning just quickly. It looks like they're sewing, but I think what she does is she's using pa- papers maybe that she had previously stitched, and she may mean no sew just because she doesn't sew it together. You know how we pamphlet stitch and that kind of thing. Look, I did this earlier and I snipped off a piece of my book. So you can watch her video and see how she puts it together. Good morning, Maisie. Nice to see you. So this is what I'm going to be working with today. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. Just very quickly, I'm going to show you how I got this. Now, I just used like ledger pages from a book, like an old journal. I just like those pages, so I pulled them out. But her thing is to use old book pages. She's got an old book that she's kind of working through and trying to use up the pages. Now I've got some old ones here too. I'm not sure how this is going to fold. We'll just see. Now, you want to make sure if you're going to use book pages, you want to use book pages that when you fold them, they're not going to crack and disintegrate. Okay. So I like to give myself a little mark here in the center. And all she does is take this corner and fold it down. And then she brings this corner to match it. And she's basically making an envelope shape. And she glues this down, and then she takes it and she folds it this way. So you get this. Okay? And then all she does is runs a bead of glue down this edge, and she just starts stacking all her pages together and glues them together this way. All right, so it's very easy. Anybody can do it. And, you can use any kind of book page that you want. I don't know why I picked this. I just like these. So then what I went ahead and did, so I had some tissue paper that I liked. So I just started to put that in here, there, and everywhere. Hey, Johnny, good morning. So a lot of this will be covered up. So this was tissue paper that I put on. You can see some of the plastic wrap here that kind of came out from the edge. So she kind of, her thing with her blooming, as Jacqueline and I refer to it. Gosh, my camera always just seems to move a little. It's kind of like a patchwork of different things you like, whether it be paper, fabric, whatever. And she kind of just glues it down, and that's the way it is. Now, on this smaller version, if you watch her the little video that I linked, she's kind of taken an easier path, and sometimes she's using whole sheets of paper. But you can do it any way that you want. So she recommends that you start with the cover, so then you kind of get a feel for the whole book. So I started, I had some printed digitals, and they've just been sitting around on my desk. And I thought, I might like to use some of those. So I took a portion of this, I just laid my flap down, glued it, and then trimmed it out. So now I'm looking to put underneath this page what I think I might like to use. And I might just use portions. So, and she has a lot of digitals and whatnot. And if you watch this, hey Lynn, good morning. If you watch her this particular video, she has a kit that's available that you can purchase. But you know what? We all have so much stuff sitting around in our stashes, right? So we don't. Morning, Vale. So I'm just going to do this. See if I do it that way. See, I'm not sure I like that so much. I'm kind of leaning towards the. My printer is not cooperating this morning. Shocker, shocker, shocker. And I had the wrong page set, so I straightened that out. Look at how this will look. So I straightened that out, but it's still not printing the way that I wanted to. So it's whatever. I think maybe I'll just start trimming some of these. Now, a lot of times, I might just be tearing things, but I think I'm going to just trim this and just try to get going. Now, this is small. I didn't give myself a lot of pages. So that could work. Hey, Gail, good morning. Did you have your walk? It's kind of nippy here. Nippy, nippy, nippy. I don't know if I want that to say entry blank. Or maybe if I put this office. Oh, yeah, that might be better. That might be better. Now, I can certainly put other things on these pages as I go. This is just kind of creating the base of like what I want maybe it to look like, right? So I did re-ink my my vintage photo this morning, so it might be really dark. Listen, I've got something up here that I usually use to. I don't know where it went. When you have light flimsy paper, it's hard to ink the. Well, it's not hard. It's just we'll say fiddly. It's just fiddly to ink the edges. So I like to put something more stable behind it. I just find I do better, to go like this. And I have a little covered board that I do use for this. Of course, I could put it down and do it on paper. But why do that? That's too easy. Now this is going to get glued, so the one end I'm going to trim. See, some of this is going to get cut off. Hey, Joyce, good morning. Oh, what a nice crowd, so bright and early. So that's I can do that. All right. I don't know if I want this. Yeah, go this way. And this will be on top. So let's ink this. So I don't really have anything specific planned for this. I put this little journal together quite a few weeks ago, actually, and haven't really done anything with it other than just glue it. I just glued it together the other day because I was confused about how she did it, but Jacqueline straightened me out. She's a good kid, that Jacqueline. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. And I just went through and straightened out all of my paraphernalia over here. And I'm looking for one of my little pieces of plastic, to just protect what I have underneath. Now I can ink that after I get it down. So I only have to glue from here down, I think. I don't know what's been happening lately with my glue. I guess I keep getting a little bit of bubbles that come up, and then it acts like a little stopper. So I probably straightened up my desk about 6 times this week, and it still doesn't look any better. So there's only one conclusion to that, is I have too much stuff. But I really like all my stuff. I like all the stuff. So I'm kind of cheating, just doing two little pages on this one to cover this front sheet. But it'll be all right. I thought about today just working on different projects to finish them up, but I have so many. Hey, Belinda, good morning. Okay, Lynn says, peeps, I'm too lazy to say. It's always confusing to me when I go into a live and everybody's saying hi. You go in, you say hi to the chat, and then people start saying hello to you individually. Are they expecting a hi back? Or they're just greeting you as you come into the room? It can be very confusing. And a lot of times that's why I like to lurk, because I don't want to be rude, but sometimes, if you're busy trying to do a project or work on something while you are watching, you don't always want to chat. You know what I mean? Because then you have to either stop and pick up your phone or get to your keyboard. And then I forget what I'm doing. It's just all that jazz. So sometimes lurking is, a lot of the times lurking is the way I go. All right. Now when I was watching that little bit of her this morning, she reminded me about using washi tape. So I might use some washi tape here. Let's see how this looks. If I don't like it, I can pull it up, right? Yay, she's using caps. Good. Belinda's saying, I'm just greeting everyone being blessed for being here another day. Amen to that. Yeah, it's nice to acknowledge people. Um, but when somebody first comes in the room, I personally don't expect them to say to hi to everybody individually because sometimes it's a lot. So these basically are my, I'm working on base pages, but I kind of want to get the front cover. She recommends once you get the front cover done, it kind of gives you a feel for how the rest of your journal, you might want the rest of your journal to go. So I'm just trimming this off. Now, of course, this one has rounded corners, so I'm going to get my little handy machine out here, and I think it's a small one. Let's see. My little handy dandy. Eh, eh. That'll do. That'll do. And I'm going to continue inking this edge. Now she decorates it the front her cover right away with laces and whatever. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm having trouble inking that edge. Let's see. What do I have I can not care about and put under here? All right. Now earlier, before you guys arrived, when I was pulling things together and printing, trying to print, I pulled a little doily, a little crochet type doily. Let's see if I can find it on my messy desk. I'm sorry, my voice was fine. And now it seems like I've got my morning grog going on. Let's see this if I like how this looks. Mm. Hmm. You love the husky voice. You love my man voice. I think somewhere I have a daisy button that might look cute on the end of here. Of course, I don't know exactly where that is at this moment, but I can put it on later. I think I kind of like this little bit of lace here. I was just going through all my laces and whatnot yesterday. Of course, I put that all away. It's just a journal. You know what I mean? It's just a journal. Domestic goddess. Yes. I don't think I ever wanted to. That was never on my I wanted list. I want to be a list. All right, it's got a little snaggy snag in it. Okay, let's just get rocking and rolling here, kids. Okay. Hey, I'm going crooked. Now she does show how to do a tip-in. With a piece of double-sided paper. And I'm not sure I have that sitting here that's going to go with this particular theme I got going here, which is kind of like late springy yellow daisies, flowers. Oops, I think I want to go this way. Oops, I almost did a whoops. Of course, I didn't cut that too Tom terrific, did I? Let's put a little bit here. Now I'm going to put some kind of lace around the back spine once all is said and done. I can trim that a little. Now I need a little piece here. Yeah, so without really looking, I have at least 5, if not 6, journals in the making. Apparently, I just like to start them. Oh, that's not good. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the domestic goddess stuff? Yeah, I have to do it in a chair too. All right, now I don't want to glue this shut. So I'm going to find either a little doily or a button or something that's going to go on there. I could go get my little doilies and just do it upright. Let's see what I've pulled out here. If there's anything. Oh, look, I could have used this. Oh, see, I forget what I pulled out. I already forgot what I pulled out. Is Heidi here? Hi, Heidi. That's a song I feel like dancing. I have little tiny. Oh, I know where. I know I moved them from there. Shooty shooties, shooty tooties. All right, hold on. Let me just get my bin. Just sorted all this stuff, and I've got a bin of just like applique, doily type stuff. It's away on the bottom. These are cute. Looking for one thing and you spot something else. That's always a plus. Always a plus. Now, there's certain, yeah, this is what I was thinking. Maybe Maybe one of these. Let's just see. I need a little, oh, what do you call them? You know, when you have company and everybody's sitting in the living room eating a little table tray kind of a thing. I need one of those right behind me. Where I can put excess stuff. I think that's all I need. I'll just knock that white back a little bit, I think. All right, let's trim this. I just found these too. These are yeller. These are yeller. Oh, look, this one's, oh, it's really big. I don't think I have, yeah, I don't think I have yellow. Oh, you know what might work? Just a brad. How about a brad? I know, that's my problem. I have just a little bit of workspace, but it's because of me. It's because of me. I don't know if I want that color. Oh, I should get my tweezers. This is what Aisha Khan does. See, so then she can get in there and just pick out what she wants. Oh, she's a smart kid. She's a smart kid. All right, let me knock this color back here a little bit. I'm just going to use my vintage photo and take a little bit of that bright white away. And then I'm going to punch a little hole. I hope. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. There's Judy. Hi, Judy. How you been feeling? All right, let's see. Oh, Cindy Daly, your package should be arriving. It says tomorrow by 9, but it's the mail, so you're probably not going to get it till Tuesday, I would guess. That might be good enough for right now. Okay, bye, Cal. Enjoy. Cynthia McCoy, good morning. What is this over here? Look at this I just found on my desk. Goodness. All right, so now I have the back side of this to do. And then I've got every other, then you've got your flap, and we've got all these pages to decorate. So what might I want? Oh, I should have done this first, kids. Okay, let's do it this way. Oh, that's going to be fiddly, isn't it? All right, let's see. Not sure if this is going to work. We'll see. Thanks, Peggy. Peggy, did you see my message? You got a package? It says it didn't get there yet. It says it's going to be there. What did it say? I think it got hung up in Gaithersburg. I think it was in Gaithersburg very early this morning. All right, let's see if this is going to work. It's a little short, but I'm thinking I can put washi tape there. You saw the mystery notification? Hmm. It's a mystery. All right, let's get some glue on this. Now, if you've ever watched Jacqueline Bloom, she's like quick like a bunny. She goes boop, 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 and she tells me I think about it too much, which I think she's correct. So, oh, I should have inked those edges. Oh well. Now, I had a little bit of slide there, so it was okay. French toast and a tall glass of milk. Apple pie French toast. Oh, see, my husband would like that. Yes, she could be a chef. I think she is a chef. All right. And I didn't glue my little thingy. I wonder if I need some cheesecloth under there. Oh. I just saw some cheesecloth. Where did I see it? This is in here, I think. Oh gosh, I love this stuff so much. So much. Yeah, I like that okay. Okay. I'm going to use the glue gun. All right. Now I wonder if I could if I should put some washi tape. Doot. Of course, lace would look cute there too. It might be a tad too wide for this area. Let me see. I've got narrower for sure. I don't want to use this same one though. I don't think. Now, one thing that Nazi does, she said she puts her washi tape sometimes just on a regular sheet of paper and then cuts it out and just uses it so it almost looks like scrapbook paper. See, I'm running out of places to put things. I don't want this. See, I've got this jar that my washi tape's in, and I don't want it to break because the gentleman that gave that to me has passed away, and it's from him, and I don't want to break it. Not going to worry about gluing this right now, guys. See, I think I want those words there. Of course, I have no bone folder here. My bone folders are always missing. I just ordered 2 new ones because I used to have a lot of them, but now they're all like gone. Oh, Janet Nash, good afternoon, sweetie. Okay. Now, see, I'm going to tie something around this to help keep it, um, under control. We'll say. I don't think I should have glued this here. I think I should have just trimmed this. It's hard to trim things with a piece of washi tape stuck to your finger. Stuck to your finger. Okay. All right. So now we've got the back of that. See, and there'll be other stuff that's going to come along there and do that. Okay, so let's see what our other choices are. Okay, so now see, we have another one of these. Now this is where I had put a napkin on some plastic wrap. You know how you do that? You iron it on and it adheres it together. That's what it did. Now when oh look, let's use some of this. Look how yummy that is. That can go there. When Ron took me to that craft store that I was unfamiliar with, I purchased a few things. So that goes all the way over there. It's just got a little bit of white on the edge. Let's get rid of that. And I think I want to use a bit of, I don't think it's rice paper. I don't know. I don't really know what it is. I'll show you in a minute. I think I'm going to use it. Lori M.W. I don't know what that means. Oh, I love a moo. When I went to Hawaii, oh my gosh, so very long ago. That was all the rage. I was working. That was my first job. Made friends with one of the gals in my office. And her aunt worked for, I think it was a Sun Oil company. And we hooked up with them and went to Hawaii. They were running a trip. Not moo-moos were all the rage. I don't think I got that glue all the way down to the. edge. I should go that way. It's a little easier if I flip that front cover back. Now, let's see. Let's do a little inky dink on this. Of course, I didn't fold it correctly, and I've got a little gap at the top, but we'll work with it. So this is a good project to do. You can use old book pages that you have laying around. You know, a lot of times we got those Reader's Digests, right? And we use the covers, but a lot of times we have pages just sitting around, and they're usually nice pages that will fold nicely. And you can make this as small or as big as you want. And then use up your scraps. You know how we're always saving all these little bits and scraps of jazz. So this is a good stash buster. Maybe that's what I should call my video. I don't think I call not my video, my lives. I don't know that I name them very well to get too much traffic. Although my traffic is picked up a little bit. Thank you all. Thank you all. Gotta scoot that over, or got it in the wrong spot. Oh, I can just bend it. I'll just bend it. It's hard to see that light colored paper where my crease is. Now, I just saw something I thought I would like to cut out and use. It's Mary's word, atelier. This must mean workshop of the arts or art workshop or something, because this means workshop in French. Atelier. Atelier. I was thinking I wanted to use that little window. Let's see if I can put this out. And then maybe I need a little something there. Yeah, something like that. All right, hold on. Let's see. I love French stuff. I was out here in my room working, and I went, I was going to have a break. I was going to have a grapefruit. And so I decided to go sit in the living room. Hubs was watching a movie. And I rarely like what he watches. His taste is very different in movies than mine. He likes a lot of these shoot 'em up spy. You know, somebody's getting dead every couple of minutes. So that I can trim. So I sat down and he said, "Oh, that you would like this movie?" And I said, "Oh, I would." And he said, "Yeah, it's set in." This is how he said it. Okay, I think this is so cute to me. He said, "Yeah, it's set in, the Paris in France." It's Paris, France. It's not Paris. He cracks me up. So I got watching that. Sure, I like that a little bit. And it was good. I forget what it was called. The scenery, of course, was amazing, but it was this older gentleman who was trying to, his winery was going out of business. Something in Champagne. Uh, you know, the he made champagne, but it was in Champagne he lived. And of course, it was a romance. I was going to tell Kel about it, but she's not too much of a. She likes more of the kind of. I could fold that too. The kind of movies I think that my husband likes, suspense or murder. Or, she's not too much of the romance kind. This was a romance one. When it was all said and done, the scenery and the buildings. Yeah. So Scooter, he's a Hallmark. Some of them I really like, but most of them are. Well, there's so much the same, but I do have a couple favorites. That's for sure. I always watch A Crown for Christmas. That is one of my faves. I'll just do that maybe. That's crooked. See, I don't think I cut anything straight. That's crooked, right? Might need a little something on the end there. Maybe over that way. Now this is just the base. See, then I'll come back and put other stuff on top. So this is, see, I get too fiddly with all this jazz. But this chateau or whatever they call it, where the champagne company was, oh my lord, the building was just beautiful. Just beautiful. Oops, let me let that's going to have to dry a little bit. Okay, so we're going to leave that sit. Now we want this to kind of work into this next area. Hey, Carol. Hello. Oh, it might have been called that, Carol. I missed the whole beginning. My watch is telling me it's time to stand up. I missed the whole beginning, but apparently, the gal in the movie runs into the son of the winery. There she is, Jay. Have your ears been burning? Maybe I'll just do this on this flap. This is a doily that I just put some sprays on. I have a really yellow one too, but it might be a little too yellow for this spot. No, I don't want those scissors. Whoops. I was just saying you'd have this book done already. Well, I didn't exactly say that. I just said you don't think, you just do. And I think too much about it. Did you watch it, Carol? Did you watch it? And then him and the girl kind of have a thing, and then he overhears something, and he doesn't hear the whole thing. And see, the thing I'm not liking is the way that it folds. But all right, let's just say, look. See, don't you hate that? Boop. It's all wasted glue. Uh-oh, Cindy's got that crazy keyboard. Crazy keyboard. It's going nutters. It's going nutters. Where's my plastic? Gosh, I just wish I could keep track of a few things. If I would always put it in the right, well, let's just try to be careful. No, you haven't, but you're going to. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you'll like it. I mean, the scenery is just. Kellyanne and I like to watch those Midsummer Murders. Of course, that's England. I've watched them hundreds and hundreds of times, the same episodes over and over. I just can't get enough of the scenery, really. And there's this guy, the actor's name is John Nettles. He's in the first, and then he retires, so he's not in all of them, all the seasons. Oh, but he's so good. So between him and the scenery, and his wife's a terrible cook. She's always trying these crazy recipes. he's always hungry. All right, let's round the corners. Make that go all the way out. Quarter, yeah. Quarter, yeah. Okay. So now we're going to need something down there. I think I got my glue uneven here. You might trust. Hey, Lala, good morning. Really, Janet? Oh, I just love it. John Nettles is my favorite. Oh, I watched the other guy too. Part of my struggle with the other guy is in one of the episodes that John Nettles was in, the guy that's his replacement, his cousin, John, he played another character. So I think that's kind of weird. But, I guess they don't think people remember. I've watched a couple of Vera's, but I think I have to pay for those. So Scooter doesn't like paying for them, when you can get stuff free. All right. So, this is what I purchased. One of the things I purchased at that little surprise trip that Scooter took me on. I think it's just decoupage paper. But I think it might look cute on one of these. If I can get it out of the package. Yeah, it's not rice paper, that's for sure. It might look good. It might look okay. I don't know. Well, maybe we'll wait on that one. Let's see what else we have. You did, Lynn? I know, he was like a creep, right? Bolt. His name was Mr. Bolt or something like that. And there's some of them that I think are just really creepy. I don't usually watch a second time. But oh my gosh, they're just so good. Between the storyline and the scenery. It's just like, oh my gosh. And oops, I hit my camera. I'm so sorry because I'm like flipping out here. Scooter doesn't like them. What is wrong with the Scoot? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so I think I want to try to use this piece. I don't know. I just really like it. Let's see if I can make it work. Well, I'd have to cut that off. Let's just see. Oh, those frames are kind of cool too. Hold on. Oh, I can get quite a bit of it on there, I think. I like these frames too. Let's get these out. Let's see. Look at that. That's cool. So most of you know I shop with Pearl Finds, and Pearl was saying Friday night she was going to be selling with this gal Christy. I think I purchased stuff from Christy before, and I'm not sure what she calls herself. I think she calls herself crafts with Christy, or crafts by Christy, or I don't know. Anyway, Friday night I forgot all about it. I was wrapped up watching a ball game and forgot all about it. Anyway, Pearl was saying that they were going to have this paper, and I didn't even know what kind of paper she was talking about. And it occurred to me sometime yesterday that I missed the whole thing, and I don't know what this paper is. It's supposed to be. And he played creepy guy going for Tom's wife. Oh yes, I forgot that part, Lynn. Yes. Um so I thought about it yesterday, so I went investigating. Well, it's called Florentine paper. Has anybody heard of it? I had not heard of it. So then I looked it up. I think it's basically like a wrapping paper, but from Italy. The designs are beautiful. I mean, the paper looks beautiful. I'm assuming it's on the thin side, but I don't know. So I'm going to have to be investigating that. I know she's Joyce is funny, isn't she? And all those meals she cooks. Oh my gosh. I was talking to my friend that lives in Pittsburgh. We worked together for years, and then she moved to Pittsburgh. And I was saying to her that I enjoyed these Midsummer Murders. And she said, oh, was that the one where the wife cooks all this crazy stuff? And he's always hungry. I'm like, yes, that's it. Oh, this is probably going to be too. I could trim it. Well, let's not go crazy with the ink. I hate to ink, and then I end up, cutting it off. It's hand dyed, marbled, and mostly in Florence, Italy. Oh, okay. Really, Gail? That was always one of my mom's favorite books. Oh, I have to check that out. All right, so let's see. All right, so I've got some trim in there. That's just going to have to be straight. And And I think I want, yeah, so that's going to go too for the most part. All right. I got to get these out of the way. I'm going to end up using those on paper, and then I'm going to be very annoyed with myself. With myself. Okay. So let's just go. Now, Nazi layers for the most part. Oh, I don't want it here. I've got some. She layers for the most part. Maybe I should on here. Yeah, I've got plenty of pages. Plenty of pages. Plenty of pages. I always tend to go to the right side. What's Peggy say? Florentine paper is fancy pattern paper with gold accents. What Christy? And there was a girl. There were two Joes there. I don't know who the Joes are. The one was talking and selling paper. Boy, that's just going to fit there. All right, let's do it. I just don't want glue. All right. Wow, that's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But Christy was showing a journal she had covered with it. It was beautiful. She said she put it down. Now apparently it comes in great big sheets. Like I've been to this, like, I don't know what they call this store. It's like I don't think they call it a paper store, but it's a lot of stationery stuff, and they have big rolls that almost look like, you know how you buy vinyl when you used to be able to get like vinyl or like upholstery fabric, and they have them on those rolls. This is how the paper is. It just like hangs over a bar. So I'm assuming it's something like that, like big sheets of paper. So these gals were cutting it down. They were selling 7x10 sheets, which, of course, is then manageable. And Christy had used a 7x10 to do a whole cover, and then she inked it after she was done, and just looked darling. It really looked very nice, very nice. I've got some glue there. Let's see. Can we get a baby wipe out? Yeah, there we go. Do I have 2 pages down? Yep. Yep. Good thing I'm covering these pages. Peggy, do you have any, or have you had any? Like, do you know the weight of it? Is it a lighter weight? Like, some wrapping papers are a little heavier, but a lot of that is really lightweight stuff. Hey, Candy. Good morning. Gosh, I haven't seen Ange since she had her visit. I wonder if Erin and her husband captured her and whisked her away. I haven't seen her. All right, let's round these corners. This I can trim. Gosh, I think that's cute. Okay, so let's see now what I want on the flap. This flap, I think I'm going to fold because the way I glued it, it's kind of you know, just kind of So I need something that's pretty lightweight. So I'm using that paper that I like to print on. And maybe I can just do this. It might look better if I do try to get some of the flowers on there. You went to El Paparo in Florence and bought a journal and pen. Oh, nice. I got a journal in France. It's just a simple one. It's here somewhere. But I liked the way the cover was. Just a plain, not any of this jazz. I didn't get a pen. Okay. How nice. Enjoy, Lala. A little envious of that. It'd be nice to have the family coming for lunch. In my book, as long as they were bringing it. Gosh, I'm such a slob. All right, let's see. Of course, my paper trimmer is not here. I was using it at the kitchen counter. I've got to do something pink. I've got all this pink paper. I guess she was kind of de-stashing, and she apparently really likes pink, so she had a lot of pink. It was a great price, so I just, didn't really care about it that much, just bought it. Now, really, if you're not talking and chatting and carrying on, you really should be able to put one of these together pretty quickly. Hey, Jackie, good morning. I should really ink this before I put it down. Put an error on the side of caution here. I want to show you how she does. I don't know if I have any two-sided paper that would work with this. Yeah, because that's not two-sided. Well, that is, but trying to think of something I have that would work. It's two-sided. All right, here we go. Loop-de-loo. What did I do with that? Oh, girls. After a while, you have to just laugh at yourself, because if you don't, you might just go completely Looney Tune. Just looking for that little cutting mat that I was using to ink. But this will work. No worries. This will work. So I like to have, I guess from growing up, this is what we were used to. My dad always had a very large garden, very large. So we always had fresh tomatoes, zucchini, cucumbers, squash. Um, he tried lettuce a couple of times. Yeah, potatoes, carrots. I mostly remember the squash and the tomatoes. He would do pole beans, yellow beans, wax beans, you know. So green peppers. So I like to have tomatoes. My husband doesn't eat them, but he's more than happy to plant them for me, and he's more than happy to take credit for how they grow. I always give the praise to God. He's like, but I put the seeds in. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. He just gets a kick out of if they're good tomatoes. He just gets a kick out of that they're good. In fact, he said to me, he started some from seed and he planted them too early, and a frost came and it wiped them all out. And he's like, well, we're not going to have any of the good tomatoes. I said, well, what do you mean good tomatoes? You don't eat them. He said, yeah, but last year you said they were one of the best tomatoes you've had. he, he cracks me up. I know I'm freezing, Candy. I'm freezing. I said to the girls earlier, I had to put on a winter sweater. I'm like freezing. So I've been saying to and he won't just plant one plant. Like if you plant cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes, you get hundreds of them. Hundreds. I can't eat that many. And I keep saying to him, one plant, just one plant. So he's like, well, you really should have two. Like, okay, then two, not six, And then it's like, what are you eating the tomatoes? What are we going to do with all the tomatoes? I'm like, oh my gosh, I told you not to plant that many. Same with the peppers. I like a pepper here and there. I like to make stuffed peppers. I'm the only one that eats them. And I have said to him before, can't you just get like a patio type thing? No, I don't want to, you got to keep watering. Well, you got to water them all, whatever. Okay. He takes care of it. He just makes sauce with cherry tomatoes. No, thank you. I'm not a kitchen girl. I'm not. I'll give you an example of why I stay out of the kitchen. Just happened just. So anyway, doesn't he come home yesterday? And this is like, it just cracks me up. This is like the best idea he's ever had. He got a potted green pepper plant. I've been telling him this for years. Anywho, so yesterday I felt like having a baked potato. My eating schedule has been off, and well, that's a whole nother story. You don't need to know any of that, but or be bored by any of that. But the thing is, I felt like a baked potato. So we have this little toaster oven. I believe that it's possessed and it's evil. I don't like it. Toaster ovens are not that expensive. I'm like, can we just get a different one? And he agrees. It's annoying as well. He agrees with me. Look, doesn't that just drive you crazy? So let's see if we can grunge it up a little bit. See, it's just not going in that one spot. It looks like a good place for a sticker. So I get my potato, I wash it off, I stab it, Oops. Put it in the microwave. I'm going to put it in the microwave for a few minutes so it doesn't take us long to cook. And I know I could have done it in the microwave. This here, look, I'm rubbing it off. This was a napkin on plastic. I think I might have to put lace there. So I set the temperature, put the potato in, and the master chef says, I said to him, how long do you think this will take? And he said, well, how long did you have it in the microwave? So I told him. He said, probably about 30 minutes. He said, what temperature do you have it on? And I told him, and he said, you should move it up to 400. So I did. I thought all was fine. I go sit down, and then a little while later, he's out in the kitchen checking on my potato. And the oven shut off. The potato wasn't even warm. It was cold. Whatever I did, I shut the. This is why I stay out of the kitchen. I can't even put in a baked potato successfully. Ugh. When it was finally done, it was delicious. I will say that. But everything in the kitchen is a struggle for me. Lynn said we planted 4 cherry tomatoes, and something lives in a group home of 4 young ones, so they will all be outside having tomato snacks. Yeah, I love popping a tomato. I can remember when our granddaughter was little. Our daughter said, "Tell Amma what you like." Tomatoes. Tomatoes. I don't know that she likes them now, but she liked them then. My sister Nancy's little granddaughter, she likes tomatoes as well. Maybe it's because they are so poppable. I need to find a place for this. I think this is real cute. Tim lives in a group home. Yeah. I cook big. Yeah. This didn't take that long because I microwaved it first. So really in about 30 minutes it was done. It was good. And it wasn't big. Mm. Mm-hmm. I haven't had one in quite some time. So it was very tasty. Let's see what I can do with this. See, this was supposed to be a full size. My printer. Oh, life can be a struggle. Life can be a dream. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Again. I'm really cheating on this one, using all these big pages. See, I'm thinking this looks good here next to this. What could be a dream, sweetheart? Coloring view. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right, what did I just flip this up here again? Gonna ink it, ink it, ink it. So then once you get through this part of the process, you go through and you add laces and fabrics and maybe additional paper on top and do some layering, make pockets and tuck spots, and then just, kind of do your own thing to it. Now, like I said, I did notice some stitching on some of the stuff she had in one of hers. And I think she probably had, how sometimes you'll sit down, you'll stitch like, little tags or, um, or, or, just little pages and just give them a little extra, and then they just go in your stash, you can use them in clusters and all that jazz, all that jazz. And I think I may have to make a trip I'm on a weight loss journey, and so I feel like I have to run to the bathroom all the time, which isn't a bad thing. It just is when you don't want to interrupt a live stream. Ah. All right, let's tuck this in. Glue it down. Now, see, I can come in on this page and make a pocket. You can't see it. I'll show you. See, because it wasn't quite long enough. But I can do a little pocket there. I could do anything. I could do that there. That's kind of cute. It might work as a pocket. I don't know. And I've got this that I want to put on the edge of a page. Just need a little something there. Maybe a little washi. Maybe a little washi. This is kind of themed like sewing, and I don't know that I want that. I've got like blue and green over here. Maybe just a little bit of this. Trying to put all these little things together, make some sense out of. What I'm doing here. Hey, I did that pretty good. I usually don't get that real straight. I know Mary sometimes she says she has a crooked eye, and I think I do too. Glue this here, I think. Now I'm trying not to think about pockets and tuck spots at this point. I'm just trying to think about covering my pages and getting the base down. Maze is leaving. You want me to say boop boop be doo? That boop boop be doo. Bye, Maisie. Have a great day. All right. All right. I need to make a run to the bathroom. I really hate to do that, but I don't want a bladder issue. So, hey, that looks okay, right? That looks okay. Need some lace over here. But see, that's for later. The lace isn't my base part. I'm just trying to concentrate on just doing base pages. Where's my front? There's my, I should probably think about my back cover too, right? All right, so I will try to go as quickly as I can. I'll do a little boop, boop, beep, doop for the road. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh, my knee. Whoop, whoop. Hmm. Oh, well, even if I don't, well, I have yellow. Let's just say, even if I don't use this, I can show you what she did. Well, you can watch her video and see what she did. But she took a two-sided paper and, oh yeah, no, she did. And say, That green might look cool, huh? All right, let's see if I can make this work. I'm going to do it upside. It's going to be kind of upside down, but it'll be right side. I'm right brained, I guess. So what you want to do is you want to get this where you're okay, I got to think about this. No, that's the wrong way. You have to do it this way. All right, I'm probably going to mess this up. If you need to take bets, yeah, you can go ahead and do it because I'm probably going to mess this up. All right, so we're going to, oops. This is my pen that, we heat it up and the ink goes away. So no worries there. All right, so then she had her point. She made her point here. Oh, I think the sun's coming out. How lovely. So this is going to go here. And what did she do? Yeah. She trimmed this off here. Like this. Yeah. You'll get the idea anyway, and then you can watch her video and see how you're really supposed to do it. How's that? Does that sound like a deal? Isn't this paper cool? I got this from Jacqueline. And then she just, yeah, I did something wrong, guys. Shocker. How did she do it? She just thought, I could swear she trimmed this off. Peggy, are you laughing? Where's Marty when you need her? Somehow she folded this up. Anyway, I made an envelope. I have more of this green paper. You know how you fold an envelope? Wait a minute. Let's try it again. I think you have to have a square. Right? And all these pieces. You did it really easy, though. Come in like this. Well, I'll have to rewatch. But it was big. And then the points sit there. And this ended up making a pocket. It was really cool. Gail has to run. You enjoy the rest of your day. She's probably already gone. Bye, Gail. Oh, I should have watched it a couple of times. It's all right. You're used to this with me. You're used to this. Okay. I do like that green in there, though. So I'll have to get another piece and make nice. Make nice. Okay, so I like this, but I need a little something here. So I'm just going to glue this on. This has some of the plastic wrap from my hanky, or not my hanky, my napkin. I want to do a collage page. She takes several pieces of paper and then makes like a collage. And most of us are halfway decent at making a collage, right? Get rid of these little bits, and then we'll trim. Now, if you're the type of person who likes to measure and all that, you can do that, and then you probably don't have to trim so much. Oh, I have a sneeze coming. Excuse me, hold on. Ooh. Hi, Marcy. Keeks. Keeks Hunt. I'll just call you Hunt. Hi, Hunt. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Nice to meet you. Okay, here we go. And around those corners, trying to be consistent. I sometimes forget that, and I go back and I'm like, oh, I forgot to do that. All right. Now we can ink it. Now these are just my base pages. How am I doing? Not too bad. I might stay on a little longer today. If somebody else pops on, I can skedaddle real quick. See if I can get a lot of this done. See, now there was a fold here where for this napkin or whatever, but in all likelihood that's going to get covered up. So keep that in mind. All right, so I have the back of that to do. And these, let's see. That green will look nice with this, huh? Let's get rid of this straight edge. There she is. Ange. How was your visit? I've been dying to see you. How was your visit? She's the busiest kid on the planet. And then she also does crazy things like if she takes, no, this is too crumbly. This wouldn't work. If she takes a piece of paper and puts it on a page and then folds down the top, then she folds up the edge and makes it all crinkly to kind of have it look like it's, old. She's a very clever gal. Okay, I cut this out of some paper pack I had. There's just a little bit left. But that could look cute there. So we're just going to glue it down. Lori, I had a good visit with Erin. You did? Oh, good. Good. Yeah, if I was coming for a visit, that's where I'd want to go, just so when you talk about it, I would have a picture in my head. See, now I'm tempted not to glue this all the way down so it could be a tuck spot, but this is just the base. Just the base. Hey, Patty, good morning. Nice to see you. Got some girls have been in and out, and busy day already. Thanks for coming in, ladies. Thanks for coming in. All right, let's get this on. I'm just putting my base pages down, just the base, not. So this is kind of a collage. She did hers this way. You can do it all ways. Um, but I'm just piecing together little bits of paper that I have. Now I pulled out this painting paper that I have. I was thinking I'd like to use a little bit of this. That's kind of crazy. I don't know. Might be a little much in that spot. Let's see. Let's do a little piece of this. I know it's just sometimes you hate to tear that old stuff, but it looks so good. All right. Put some glue down here. Whoop. I'm so messy. Just got it all over my desk there. This is why I'm picking glue off of my fingers all day. Oh, Tooch, thank you. That's very sweet. So, Hunt, tell us about yourself. Maybe some of the girls know you. I don't know you. What do you like to do art-wise? If you feel like sharing, no pressure. No pressure. No pressure. Just hurry up, will you, please? I'm sorry. Sorry. I couldn't resist. All right. So that can be trimmed. You know what? Or maybe leave it. I kind of like that. All right. Let's see if I have a little piece of daisy or something I can put right down in that spot. Spit spot. I almost just picked up my glue for a drink. All right. Let's see. Oh, you know what? How about a piece of washi? There's a novel idea. How about a piece of washi? Okay, so this has a sewing machine on it. But it's kind of cool. This is Amity's washi tape, and it sticks pretty good. We need to put Hunt in the book. Oh, she'll have to come on a Tuesday evening. I'm assuming she's a she. Maybe she's not a she. The book. I've got to do some work in the book. All right, so that covers that hole. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. I printed a bunch of, not a bunch, I printed some stuff that is Amity's. Okay, Crank, what are you cranking about? The book sounds ominous, yes. And yes, she's a girl. We like girls. I enjoy being a girl. Okay, up there, I missed it. I like to do mixed media and try different mediums. I'm always doing something different. That's cool. All right, so this might look okay on there. Look, I see little feet. I see little feet here. Let's see what else I have. Oh, she's adorbs. Should I put her there, everything but her head? If I go this way, see, I'm going to cover that up. Let's see. Let's find another spot. Another spit spot. I know she's a cutie pie. She's a cutie pie. Okay, so if I put her here, trying to see how much of her head I'll miss. Can scoot it down this way. That might be interesting, huh? Something different. See, I'm doing the one-page thing again. But it's all right. If I fold it here, where's that pen? See, this is crooked. Look, it's coming up. I'm going to have to get glue. I'm painting in the park at the moment, listening to, Okay, this is the difference between my sisters and I. My middle sister, Nancy, she has, in recent years, not, it's been a couple years now since she retired, started to dabble in watercolor and all that jazz. And she is more of what I would say is more of a natural talent. I feel like I have to really work at that stuff, but she just sits down and does it, and her stuff looks great. So anyhow, I said to her, we should find some time this year to go take our chairs and our watercolor paints and just go sit somewhere in nature and just paint. And our baby sister said, can't you just stay home and look out the window? Uh, oh, she prefers Keeks or Keisha. Hunter, okay, honey, we'll do. Keeks or Keisha, no problem. Glad you told us. Glad you told us. Oh, Cynthia's got some yucky weather. Some yucky weather. All right, so it's hard to trim it once you glue it down. So I might just, I did bring my little baby trimmer. Let's see if I can do this. Not get into trouble. See, this is great, but it is little, so you can't get too much in here. Okay. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, wow, that's cool. And my husband doesn't do any of that stuff. He likes to walk. He's just starting to get back to his walks, and then he's starting to take our dog with him. She's very rambunctious and she doesn't get much practice. She doesn't walk well. And unfortunately, with his foot and just healing and all that jazz, she pulls and it's not easy for him. But she loves to go. So you have a bee journal? I think someone in the comments mentioned it. I made a bee postcard not so long ago. You love bees. I have a couple of bee journals. In fact, my large one, which I forgot I started, I just it's just a little shy. I just stitched in the inside cover. I forget what this fabric is that I bought from Pearl. But I don't usually make journals this large, so I've got to really think about what pages I want to put inside. And I did do one, and someone purchased it from me. So I don't have that one, but I did it online, I think. So this is just the pages from that bee's knees. And I just stitched this on the inside. So now I have to think about my pages. But I got that done. So I'm proud of myself for that. And then I forgot I had that one started, and I started another one. This one. When did we do this, guys? Tuesday night? You could go back and look at the video if you would. Keisha, that would be nice. But so this is just in process too. I've got to print more. Yes, Dee Dee enabled me as well. Oh, she's such a stinker, isn't she? All right, you know what? This plastic, maybe. Let's take that off. Where's my... This has come undone. So let's, yeah. Maybe we should snip it. This whole piece is going to come up. Oh, I don't want to tear it. I don't want to iron it again either. All right, let's just... Now, just remember, when you do something like this, that's why you don't watch her. I don't have that kind of willpower. I don't watch as much as I used to because of that. But I did tune in the other day just in time. This is porous, so that glue comes through. So if I go like this and push on it, it might glue to the other page. Um, so let's see. This is a little tedious. Oh, I didn't glue this half down. Really, you could use this as a page, right? And I could do something on the back of that. Why don't we do that instead of gluing that down? How's that sound? How's that sound? I'm a twirler. I twirl everything all around. I have to, if I'm going to do that, I have to trim it, I believe. Hey, Roseanne. Hi. All right, so this is probably has to be trimmed. See, look how crooked that looks. See, that drives me. And I'm not sure why. If I glue it just here, wait a minute, I gotta glue it here. Yeah, that might be better. And then maybe let me just round those edges. That might work. Let's do that. All right, let's round these edges. That's not so good. Oh boy. Ah, I can't get a good grip on it to get it in there properly. Okay. Now, oh, good night. Got stuff everywhere. Oh, I love her little watering can. I just noticed that. Okay. So then I need to decorate this side. So let's get this glue down. So that was an easy tip in. Same idea what she does with with the envelope, but I messed that up. So I'll have to go back and have a relook. Now, of course, I could have glued that right down on here too. So there's that. Now maybe then this piece I can use. Let's cut these little things out and use them in bits instead of one big chunk of chunk. I've been doing a lot of the one big chunk of chunka. So let's do little bits. Let's not waste this piece of delicious paper that I kind of messed up. I wonder if I can still use this though on that should be okay. Let's give it a little extra room here. Oh, maybe I can show you what she does. Let's see. All right, so she had a little piece of paper and she went, let's go this way. She went like this. Hers was more narrow. I can trim that. Then she folded this down here. She folded this down. And then she folded this up and left it be all crinkly. Finally, it got pretty straight. Let's take this bottom off. I know, I was picking up something else and I saw them in a sticking on the side of the tub. I thought, yeah, well, we can maybe use those. Hers was cuter because it was narrower. Let's get rid of some of this. Hers was more cuter. Is Cat here? Here she is. Hi, Cat. It was overcast here and the sun popped out. We've got sun now, but oh, it is chilly. I have my winter sweater on. That's crooked. Let's leave some room there to improvise. All right, now. That might be a pain if I'm going to tuck something under there. Let's do that. See, this is looking like a pocket, but I don't want to do a pocket. Don't want to do a pocket. I'm just piecing little bits. Or not so little bits. Maybe she can go here. Maybe that should go here. I hate to pre-fold it because I always mess it up. I'm thinking some washi here. Now she does a thing with the washi tape I'm going to show you, and she says a wider tape looks good. I don't know if I want that blue though. Well, this is a little more subdued. She takes a piece of just regular paper and she just adds her washi tape. And of course she said, use whatever washi tape you have. But this is hers. And by her, I mean Amity Bloom. And of course, I think she largely uses hers as well. So you want to give that a good press. And this is where a bone folder really works well if you don't have it in the other room. So I'm just, now you can glue this, of course, but her tape sticks pretty well. So I'm not concerned about that. And then she just cuts it out and then she just uses it like a piece of cardstock. It's like you're making your own cardstock, really. Quite clever, actually. I didn't really have any kind of nice yellow washi. I have that one little thing with the hearts. But all right, so if I put this here, actually I might want it this way. And then I am going to put this on. That has to go under. Where's my fold? Right here. Right where that white is. What was I going to put over here? I have the memory, the recall of a gnat. Of a gnat, of a gnat, of a gnat. Okay, so this I know is going to go here. So let's ink the top. I'm not going to ink the edge because I'm going to trim it. How do you like that? I'm playing the tin cup over here. How are we on time? 2 hours. So that's pretty good. Okay. Good. Let's get that little edge. And now this, I'm going to just put here. Oh yeah, I was going to put this here. Maybe I'll trim that a little more. Bed is made. I love fresh. It's always a nice treat. Used to always hate when Mom would make us hang the laundry out on the line, but it smelled so good when we brought it in. Mm. Need something a little over here. Over here. Oh, heavens, never tried it. I just spotted. This is these are my bee girls, but they were working here too. I just want the bottom, I think. Oh, I already put that other paper there for them. That would be cute. Maybe I can put one of these on after the fact. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Keisha. Um, we're not allowed to in our development. People like this. I'm in our four-season room. Several people have them here, and a lot of people have a little line that they can hang stuff. But you're not really supposed to. People get all wound up. Oh, why do they say that? That's a But you know what? You got to pick your battles and stuff, right? I mean, we knew that coming in. We knew the rules. They explained everything. Nothing was a surprise. And so then we decided whether we want to put up with it or we don't. And we don't hang laundry anyway, so that was not a big deal for us. It was not a big deal for us. I could never live. Well, then don't. That's fine. That's fine. That's what it's all about. You do you, we'll do me. I'll do me, you know? Somebody was all mad. Well, then why did you move in? You knew it coming in. They say the same. They tell everybody the same. So it's not like they have anything against us. Oh, I should have inked the green, huh? Oops. Oopsie. Peggy. Uh, I'm guessing that was on accident. All right, so this is going right here. Hopefully, when I glue this down, that might be that might be close. That might be just a little close. Let's cut this off. Saturday chores and no cartoons allowed. We didn't do much cartoons, but we did chores. A lot of kids don't these days, I guess. And I'm sure we grumbled about it, but we did it. I know my kids grumbled. It's so funny now, especially our son. He always could. He always cleaned better than his sister. Um, but I mean, he didn't want to do it, but he was better at it than her. But now it's like when he first moved into this new apartment, and we went and took him out to dinner to celebrate. And I mean, there were still boxes all. He had just moved in, boxes all over, and he was trying to hang. You can hang your TV up on the wall, so he was doing that, and he went to drill a hole to put. I guess it's a molly bolt, that goes in and then it opens up, and oh, you have your son is in kindergarten. Oh, and so we drilled the hole, and his dad said, "You drilled the hole? Oh, look, I didn't want that down there. Girls, I'm too busy talking." Oh, Philly, Philly, Philly. See, so why do I do this? Oh, I'm always busy yapping, 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 yapping. Anyway, this is going to come off now. And he said, "Yeah, why?" And my husband said, "Because where's the dust? He said, "Oh, I vacuumed that up already." It's like, who is this kid? He drilled the other hole, got the vacuum, sucked that up right away. I'm like, whoa. And then I'm talking to him. He's got two ferrets now. So I'm talking to him the other day, and he says, "Oh, wait a minute, Mom, hold on." I said, "Okay." So I'm like, "What are you doing?" He says, "Oh, one of the ferrets just made a mess. I had to quick get it." Like, okay. It's like, who are you and what have you done with my son? So things can change. Bye, Keisha. Oh, it was so nice to see you and meet you. Thanks for coming in. Enjoy your weekend as well. It's funny because my youngest is at college and he says, "Why am I the only one that cleans the apartment?" Well, welcome to my, yep, yep. It's all part of being a member of the family, right? All right, something. I'm eventually going to glue that down so I can use that as a pocket if I want. Um, but I might want to put something else here. Decorate that a little bit. I'm not sure. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's ink it. Let's ink it. And he's loving that he has a dishwasher now, so he can keep up with his dishes. I said to him in the other apartment, you could just take a minute while whatever you have, even that's in the microwave, is being cooked or whatever you have on the grill or in your oven, and just wash them up real quick. And now he has a washer and dryer right in his apartment. And I said, how's that working out for you? How do you like that? He said, oh man, it's terrific. He said, I've done like 20 loads already. I'm like, what? Well, he's got these ferrets and they use these little pee pads because heaven forbid we, lock them up in a cage. It's his place. So, but at least he keeps after it. I can remember our granddaughter loved doing the dishes in the sink. She would just they had a little stool. She'd get up on her little stool and she'd do like a little commercial. She'd be talking and yapping and doing the dishes. I mean, our son never was really that. I mean, he likes dogs, and his ex had a dog that he really liked. But he really never had to care for animals before. And he decided to get, the first ferret, and then he got the second one. But he just loves their company for him, and he just loves having them, and he takes good care of them. That turned out cute. Okay, so then I put an extra page in. See, that worked out okay, right? Okay, where's my... Keep losing my front cover. I've got it up. I've got it upside down, and oh, there she goes. She's out. Oh no! Look, I forgot to flip it. Do I have it right? Yeah. No, something seems off. Nope, I got it right. It's just getting chunkier. It's getting chunkier. Yeah, that's what I was saying to Jacqueline. You think about her daughter's, I guess, starting to think about college, and it's better if they look. Look, guys, I did it upside down. I'm going to just tear it off. Look, she's upside down too. I forgot to flip it. It's better if you don't talk while you do this stuff. I know some upside down things are just okay. They're okay. But I'm just going to, see, I'm not going to like that there. Make a pocket. Yeah, I can't think about pockets right now though, because I want to just do the base, the bases, the base. All right, where's this green? Is this going to fit on here? Oh, I'm glad I cut that extra. Extra. They have so much energy, don't they? Aren't they just delightful? I like this comedian named Leanne Morgan. She's got this little southern accent. I think she's from Tennessee. And she's got two grandbabies now. And she says, there's definitely a difference between being a grandmother and a mother. They're both wonderful, but, they're different. And she said, my son and his wife are wonderful parents, but they say crap to me. Like, no more riding toys. And she just makes a face. She said, or they said, we're gonna wean this one off a pacifier. Oh, good idea. She said, no, I went home and ordered as many as I could off the internet. Okay, Cynthia, nice to see you. Enjoy your day. All right, so I'm going to just put this little mistake that I made here. Let's put the glue on this part. Now remember, these pages will all get decorated in some fashion. This is just my base. And Nazi used book pages with text on it. You know, I used like a notebook page rather than a book page. See, now this I drew to get the shape. Oh, thanks, Roseanne. And I used that ink that'll disappear. So let's do that. Put a little heat on it. Get that right. Give that a nice little press. All right. Now I'm going to need some lace or something there. This, I don't like how I glued that down. I'll have to dress that with something. And we got the upside down page. My little girl. See, I did what I told you not to do. I glued that tip and then the glue came through the napkin. I could just glue that and this could be a pocket. But let's decorate it first. Now I've got it going right side up, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. That could go there. Let's see what else we got here. It's always going the wrong way. It's always going the wrong way. I guess I'm being too particular. I guess that looks okay. I didn't really want any pink. Just kind of yellows and greens. But see, I put that on before I decided to do yellows and whatnot. So yeah. And then you wouldn't really see that if I glue it down, but perhaps I won't make that a pocket. I can always cover this again too if I'm really unhappy with it, right? Sorry. I think I might like that yellow under there. Maybe I just want some book page under there too. That might be nice. Hold on, let me get a piece of book page. Oh, look. Look at this, girls. All right, so I'm going to scooch that up a little bit, I think. I think I want those words there. All right, let's ink this. How am I on time? I'm not paying attention to my time. Where's my, oh, I've got my phone, but I've got everything buried. Phone buried, my screen buried. Okay. I could probably use this somewhere else, so I'm going to save this. Yeah, I was messing around with some of the Timmy sprays, and I don't know. There's a couple different name brand ones years ago. The Tattered Angels, and just was doing some book pages, but they've come in handy. I'm going to trim it about there, so I only need glue over so far. So let's get this glued down. Now, again, just as a reminder, I'm just doing the base of these pages to give me something to work with later when I want to start building my tuck spots and all that jazz. All that jazz. Scoot that over a little more. Yeah. I guess I'm past the scooting stage. I don't know what I do with my little piece of plant stick to protect my undersurface. I've got more. I just have to dig out a piece. There we go. Need it right at the very end. Who's having a burger? I could go for a burger. Scooter's very practical. Like if I'm out shopping by myself, running errands or whatever, which, doesn't happen all that often. Or if I go over to Pennsylvania to see my sisters or whatever, I will stop and get something to eat. Not Scooter. He eats either before he leaves or he eats when he comes home. How boring is, oh, look, I forgot to take that off. How boring is that? They were good to hit the spot. Okay. I think I'm going to have to cover that. I just feel like I want to cover that. I've got plenty of things to choose from. There's one that says Daisy something. Oh, that's really big. Don't like that there. Oh, look at this little guy. I know, right? That's what I'm thinking. So I was going to say, so if he does bring anything home, he brings home fried chicken. Bring a burger. I think my watch is trying to get me to stand up. Look at this little cutie pie. My grandgirls are teens and doing their own thing. And the grandson is 2. He's not quite ready to ask us for burgers. So, yeah. I should have trimmed. This is hard to do with my little, I just have my little trimmer. Might fit. I mean, I could use a ruler, but I usually get it wrong if I use the ruler. That's just the truth. It's just the truth. Oh my gosh, I saw this reel. You're making me think of this reel I saw. So, you see the side of this house. There's 4 young men standing there. I think they're all like in shorts. And right in front of the camera, you see a dish of like, I guess blue cheese or ranch dressing. And these fellas have wings in their hands and they start tossing them. And you see the wings. Oh, I guess there are several dishes. You see the wings plopping into the dishes of sauce. I think, how the heck are they doing that? And they're having a great time. They're tossing them in there and they're hooting and hollering and laughing and carrying on. And then you see the camera go, there's a table with all the sauces, down low to the ground. And a chair, and this older lady on the chair in a rain poncho, wearing goggles and a hat. She's hysterical, laughing. And she's got a bucket of wings that she's dropping in. That's so funny. Very clever. All right, I think that's going to look better. Now, I think my body's having a hard time processing the protein. My sister said it's probably the way. So I started taking enzymes. I think I'll see how that goes. But do you ever feel like, the smoothies are good. I like the ones that I make. But did you ever feel like you just want to choose something? Or maybe you just want something warm, like soup. Some soup. Okay. Now we can trim. Putting this over here to the right. Now we can trim. Trim the page. I might just leave that because I think it looks okay. And I can put something else there on the back side. Do my corner rounder. Now, girls, you also can, I'm sure you would think of this, you don't have to make them all pointed. You could really cover them and make an inside flap just square. That's always a possibility. I didn't think of it until just now. But really, with a couple of book pages and not too long of a period of time, you can have a pretty nice journal started. Oh, look, I didn't trim the other. Oh, dear. Didn't trim the other hand. Just if it matters to you, make sure if you're flipping it around, you're right side up. In some cases, it doesn't matter to me, but in this case, I didn't like it upside down. It was too upside downy. It was too upside downy. I'm probably going to work on this all afternoon because, see, I'm liking it. And I want to be adding some lace and stuff. Get that going. This doesn't really go either, does it? I should just cover this up. Don't you think? What do you think, Peggy? Just cover that up too. Need something here. This is starting to get a little fiddly. We got some wonky going on. What are you talking about it? Mine are 3, 4, 6. 6-year-old is a boy. Wonky's okay. It has personality. Okay. So I just have a few more pages to do the base work on. This, which I could just do. Oh yeah, I figured it was an afternoon start. Thanks, Tooch. Last night I watched it on my computer when I was fussing with stuff. What do I have that would make a cute rectangle type? Not good. You know? Okay, I'm going to measure. Hold on if I can find a normal ruler. these other things up here. Okay, so this is not quite 5 and I guess 5 5/8. Hmm. So that means it has to be 5 5/8 this way, right? I don't know. I see this one's not big enough for that. So let's take this extra off. And just a smidge off of here. Well, it could be a little smidgeo. And I only want it to be about, so right at the bottom of that little plaid thingamadingy. So that's going to go that way, and I want this one to go this way. So the neighbors right next to us went on a cruise. They left yesterday morning. They just announced, I guess last week, that you can now leave for a cruise from Philadelphia. But they had already made their arrangements, so they were flying to Miami to get their boat. Okay, all right. Pick out something yummy. Don't come home with fried chicken. You probably don't eat like that anyway. Okay. It's still going to be a little, just a smidge taller than I think it should be. Now I'm just wondering if it might not be too bad if I glue this down. If that will be a pain, like if I use it for a pocket, you know? I could trim that a little shorter. Let's do it a little shorter. I think I'm getting ready to take my sweater off. I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything. I don't think so. All right. You know what, girls? I'm going to wrap it up. So I'll continue to work on this. I'm just working on the base. I want this to go this way. Going to glue that down. I'm going to ink this. This is going to have to be trimmed. I think I'm going to try to use this one as a pocket. Now these are just digitals that I printed. And this is, I think this is the lighter weight paper that I have been using. This doesn't feel like the 48-pound stuff that I usually use. This feels lighter. But everything, I was waiting for my ink to come in and everything just kind of got moved around paper-wise. So I don't know what paper's what anymore. So let's get this down. So I'm turning this point into just a regular pocket, kind of gluing that flap down. It shouldn't be too bothersome, right? And I probably should. I don't know if I have my punch right here. I was so busy putting stuff away. Oh, I can use. Oh, here it is. I should have done this before I glued it on. Make myself a little divot. So thank you for coming in. Met some new folks today, which is always cool. And of course, saw some of my regulars, which is way cool. Now I get to watch baseball, which could and could not be cool. Wasn't that cool yesterday? Wasn't that cool yesterday? Okay, so I'm going to trim this too. Now I just want the edge of this, right? Right, and the bottom. Edge in the bottom. Look, see, I've got leaking again. Geez, that drives me. Such a waste. So I don't have much left to do as far as the base pages for this project. And then I can start decorating the pages, which is one of my favorite things to do. Oh, sounds like scooter sound. Oh, gotta go in the right way. So this is going to get trimmed. This will get trimmed. So look, I only have that one left to finish up. Oh no, look, there's another one. And then I can start decorating, and then I've got, oh my gosh, then I've got the back page. So, I mean, it's been a couple of hours, and I was talking. So if you did this on your own, you could get it accomplished and done a lot quicker. I'm thinking about taking and putting this on my scoreboard and maybe seeing if I can make another fold there. It's going to have a tie around it though too. So I guess I'll trim that off. So yeah, so this is really kind of a scrap buster. You can use pages from a book to make your pages, put them together, and then just use, different bits that you have or things that you have printed. They've been sitting in your stash for a while. These would be cute little gifts too. If you need a little something for a neighbor. Yeah, I might have to add more glue here. So once you get decorating it, it's really going to look darling, I think. Just darling. A little piece of lace or something there. Yeah, so there you have it. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you all so very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, bye-bye for now. Don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Have a great day.